Hey guys, I am here to do a kind of a tutorial slash informational video on some prophecies. Unfortunately, as you can see, I'm out of silver coins because I have already done this movie twice now, and yeah, I burned up all my silver coins. The audio on the one movie was scuffed, and yeah, I ended up deleting another one by accident, so I have no footage of me rolling these prophecies. So I figured what I'll do is talk about each prophecy group. I kind of have them grouped into their importance and their function, as well as I'll talk about what I've done here with my prophecy page. There is some specific strategies that I would have loved to show you guys about saving some coins while you're rolling. There's some quick and easy ones to deal with. I'm just going to go over that right now. So you're going to get hardened armor or sharpened blade. Just go ahead and use whatever currency they're asking you to use. There is one in here, Jeweler's Touch. I usually save the Jeweler's Touch because 5-linked item, for some builds that's enough to get you through the game. And if I'm starting out a new build and I want a 5-link, say a unique item that I don't have 5-linked, some chest piece or something, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to use that on it, right? Oh, anyways, yeah. As well as, so that's the quality currency ones. Oh, I also saved the beautiful guide. Where's that? Anyways, beautiful guide. It's the one with the cartographer chisel. You use one chisel to upgrade a map to 20%. I save those. There is 2 prophecies that you can proc in this area. One of them is specific to this area, the other is not. Act 2, Chamber of Sins. There's going to be one prophecy, it's called The Lost Maps. You'll come in here and there'll be a bunch of tier 1 maps laying on the ground. I pick them up because I don't get tier 1 maps anymore, and it's nice for moving your influence around. Like if I ever have to run this to save my Elder Blob, then it's nice to have those tier 1 maps kicking around. So I do pick them up. Also, there's another map called, what is it, Ancient Knowledge or something like that, and or Written Long Ago, that's what it's called, and it says you will read something that's written long ago. I come to this same spot as the maps there, Chamber of Sins in Act 2, and I just read this Ancient Reverie device, and it drops a bunch of wisdom scrolls that I just completely ignore, and then I come back here and I continue rolling my prophecies. Now, the reason you're going to want to open these slots up, the reason I'm telling you about this is you're going to want to open up slots because you're going to have a bunch of expensive prophecies blocking what you're going to be able to roll. So as you can see here, this is cheap to seal, and all of these are expensive to seal. So what I've done is I've gone through my prophecies, and as soon as an expensive one pops up in this slot, I'm moving on to the next one, and I'm sealing the one that's popping up there until another expensive one pops up, and then I move on to the next, and I'm always moving on to the cheapest slot, and then sealing from there. What that's doing is, if I was to seal a bunch of 9 silver coin prophecies, you're going to run out of silver coins quick. You're going to get less prophecies for more silver coins. So using this strategy, you roll the most prophecies for the least amount of silver coins because you're sealing them for less. I only keep prophecies that are profitable in the things that I do. I'm not sure if there's some stuff that other people do out there. They use prophecies for, my brother uses them for faded uniques. I'm not going to go over individually faded uniques and how much they're worth, but there are some notable ones out there. The King's Way is a good one. It upgrades Calm's Sign to Calm's Way. There's a few different rings, Winter Weed, Void Heart, stuff like that. A really famous one is the Aetheri's Reflection. I think that's like an 18 Exalt or 20 Exalt Prophecy. You're really lucky if you get that. One of the rarest items in the game, I believe. What else is there to talk about? So yeah, that's Faded Uniques. Whenever you find a prophecy that says defeat this unique monster while holding this item, so all you're going to need to do for that is put the item in your inventory. You don't actually have to have it equipped. So in holding it means in your inventory. So put the item that you're going to upgrade into your inventory. Go to the area with the unique monster. This web page here. Oh, excuse me. This web page here, PoE Wiki, will be able to point you in the right direction. You just look up the prophecy name that you're trying to complete, and then it will tell you where to go to find the unique monster that you need to kill. It's basically as deep as I'm going to get into Faded Uniques. You can make some currency with them. I would just use PoE trade to figure out the specifics on that. Overflowing Riches is a unique prophecy in that you can reload this several times per map. When you go into a map with this active, it doesn't proc in the area. So a unique thing about prophecies is like you can have one prophecy active per area. So that means when I go into a map, let's say I have Plague of Rats and Crushing Squall in my prophecies page, these both affect the entire area, and that means that only one of them can proc per map. So I'm either going to get Rats or I'm going to get Crushing Squall. It's not the case with Overflowing Riches. I could enter the map, my Rats could fill the area, and then I could kill an enemy. I get the currency explosion, and then what I'll do is I'll have a few of these in my inventory with me, and when I see that currency explosion, I'm killing away, boom, currency explosion, I open up my inventory and I load the next prophecy, because this prophecy is one of the prophecies that can activate more than once per map. Yeah, so if you have a few in your inventory, you're going to get a few different currency explosions. Excuse me, sorry, that was probably loud. Turn my mic off if I have to cough. I do say this, I think I've already talked about that actually. Tempests are a very good group of prophecies that I do want to cover a little more in depth than anything else. Here we go, Tempest. Actually, oh no, please let me. I broke it. I broke the internet. Hey? Internet? Are you there? It's not going to do anything. Oh, wow. There we go. It's alive. Experiencing some technical difficulties here. Okay, so this is my favorite of the Tempests. So Corrupting Tempest. Hello? Where are you on this? One of the red ones. Here we go. Items found by players are corrupted. So when you see this red cloud, you stand in it, you get this here as a buff, this red spike. It's like a cloud or something shooting some lightning out of it, I'm not too sure. But yeah, so you stand in it, it pops, you get this buff, and then for the duration of that Tempest, I believe it's 8 seconds possibly, every item that drops is corrupted. So that might not sound like a good thing, but a little information for you. Corrupted items drop with a bonus to um, to their sockets and links. So think of how many bosses you can kill in 10 seconds when you're in a wide open area, or you have sextants on it, or you have all these extra mobs in the area. You can pop pretty much like a third of a map in 30 seconds or in 10 seconds. So like, you find a whole lot of corrupted items, a lot of 6 socket items, possibly some 6 links that are, they're going to sell for a divine orb, right? The other tempests are good as well. They add quantity and rarity to the map. They're great. I save all the tempests and run them as part of my mapping. This is good because this map, the Falsehood Theory, has an inherent chance to drop corrupted items as well, which gives you a 6 link every now and then, plus it can drop steel rings now. In the current atlas it drops steel rings because it's in the right area of the... Where is she? She's down here. So in this lower left quadrant is where steel rings drop, and they're tier 11, which is item level 78. It'll be 84, 83, 2, 1, 80, 78, yeah. So item level 78 steel rings, nothing to lift your nose at there. It's a good map. This one here obviously speaks for itself with the fully upgrading map to 20 quality with single cartographer's chisel. I'm not even sure why I have this. Twice enchanted sells for quite a bit because lab runners are always rich. Oh, hey, another overflowing riches here. Bountiful Traps is a good one because there's a sextant mod that gives you 500% quantity to your strong boxes in a map. Whenever I get that sextant mod, I load up this prophecy and I load up an ambush scarab, monstrous treasure as well. Is good for that. Probably better for that. It used to be worth something. I don't think it's worth very much anymore. Yeah. Not much more than that. It's worth about a third of what it used to be. These master missions, I'm not sure about them anymore. They used to be worth quite a bit. People used to buy up Alva, Xana, and Nico. Excuse me. But with the new master mission and the way it works, I don't think these are going to be worth as much anymore. Dream Trial is great for starting a new league when you need your Uber Lab trials. Yeah, Jeweler's Touch, obviously we talked about that. This is basically a GCP, even if the item, or even if the gem that you find is total garbage, or you don't want it, or you already have one, or something like that, it sells for a GCP, which is worth 2 chaos, in my opinion. I'm not even sure, there's a lot of prophecies in here that, maybe I'll just look into that. This obviously speaks for itself. Well, there's a bit of a strategy here. I'll get to that when I get to that side of the Fortune Teller's Collection is really good. I think a lot of people use this in burial chambers. Then again, the div card chests drop any div card, so yeah, you know what, possibly if you're running a map with div card scarabs, would increase that. Where are you, Gravicus? For each div cards, 150% more. So that used in conjunction with this would give you a whole bunch of div cards dropping from those chests. Harmful traps. Wow. Undead Storm is another type of tempest. Dreamer's Dream drops a rare map. Already talked about that. These are all prophecies that add specific mobs to the map. So Rogue Exiles is fairly common. Necromancers, Warbands. There's some Warband specific affixes that really, I guess they're not worth much anymore since the changes in the trail with the crafted. Yeah, so like this used to be specific to Warbands. Mods like this, physical damage taken as fire, but now that you can craft it on there, I don't think they're worth as much. This duplicates rare monsters in the area. Before this patch, rare monsters did not have mobs associated with them. So now they have mobs with a minion tag. I'm not sure if this duplicates those mobs as well, but if it does, this is a very good prophecy these days. I'm going to have to actually test that. Deadly Twins. This one I'm going to get a little more in depth to, because there's a few things you can use this for. Okay, so map bosses can drop +2. They have a +2 map drop table. So what that means is unique bosses of the map. If I was running T14, for example, I would kill the unique boss. He can drop a T16 map. That's part of his drop table. There's no other monsters in the game that can do that, so it's handy to double your odds of doing that. Also, corrupted maps. The bosses in a corrupted map have a chance to drop a sacrificial fragment. Sacrificial fragments are these, the regular series fragments. Speaking of which, if I was to put this into my map device with a map, that's 5% quant for the whole area. Just a little side note there. So that's why people buy them, and that's why it's good to farm sacrificial fragments. They're generally worth 1 chaos each, but a sacrificial fragment midnight they're worth 2 chaos each because they're the rarest fragment. Okay, using these prophecies on a map that has 3 bosses, for example, penitentiary. No, it's cemetery is a good one. What's the T15? Why can't I think of the name? Not Gorge. Canyon. Canyon has 3 bosses. So if you corrupted it and then ran it with this Deadly Twins prophecy, instead of 3 bosses, it would have 6 bosses. That means 6 chances for them to drop sacrificial fragments. Oh yeah, a map that I really like to run it on is City Square. I believe it's T4 now. No, T5. Yeah, City Square has 3 bosses. It's a really good one to Elder and run this sort of prophecy on it. These all add specific groups of mobs to the map. They're kind of in the same category as rats and frogs. Yeah, and then there's the Dream Trial. There was one more thing I wanted to discuss. We got into the Fated Uniques. Yeah, so these prophecies here kill this specific mob type, and they will drop a unknown unique item, right? So now, you should be running these prophecies, because they're some really good rewards for doing so. Cleanser of Sins, Undying Evangelist. That means you can get this in Act 3. Just from rolling your you could get lucky, right? You first go through Act 3, get yourself a tabular asset. There's also a Belly of the Beast, Prophecy, that you get in Act 4. Or well, that if you have a prophecy, you can get it in Act 4. Yeah, so these types of prophecies are no joke. You can get some really good stuff from them. I think that was the last point I wanted to touch on. The most important reason I wanted to do this movie was to show people about this prophecy blocking strategy. You know, not sealing the expensive ones, and then just continuing on until you get expensive prophecies, and then just cycling through the last slot that you have open. So like you see how here 9, 9, 8, 9, 7, and then this guy here is 5. Side note: these prophecy chains get more expensive as you get to the later stages of them. They do sell for quite a bit sometimes. And then yeah, so I've just been sealing this one and keeping ones that I benefit from. And that's how I roll my prophecies. I hope somebody out there has learned something from this video. I know that I've kind of watched movies here and there and taken other people's advice on what to do and kind of come up with my own system. But prophecy blocking is fairly common, and also the way I use these prophecies is fairly common. Everybody's got a different strategy. And yeah, it depends on how you all put it together. So yeah, roll those silver coins and make some money off it. And do it efficiently using some prophecy blocking, and you're good to go. Okay guys, have a good night. Thanks for watching.